let's go through this sketch real quick. So this all started out, this entire sketch started out as this sound. Just, nice and simple. Now, of course, I could have used it as a normal clap, but instead, what I did was extend it out and then pitch it up so that it became, I extended it out, I pitched it up, and I told it to preserve, I believe it was eighth notes, might have been quarter notes, it was one of those. Either way, I ended up with a sequence of tones. Because that's what happens when you pitch audio up enough and tell it to preserve formants with, and tell it to preserve stuff with beats as its stretching algorithm. You end up with some really neat artifacting that sounds tonal. So I ended up with, and let me just solo shit. I ended up with something that sounded a bit like this. Of course, this had a bunch more stuff added to it. Specifically, I also chucked the Argent compressor on there because it was getting quieter toward the end of the sample, and I wanted to squish that. And then there's also a pitch shifter to give me an extra octave down. And then on top of that, I put Isotope Trash. Because, I love to make things sound very crunchy. And Shaper Box. Get some good old sidechain for the kick. Then the rest of this came pretty linearly. Got the snare. Got some hats. We mirror the bass line. And finally, add a bit of an ARP on top. And there you have it. Wolf-Ass. First sketch of the day. The found notification from Metal Gear Solid. Absolutely classic gaming sound. And this is the terrible, terrible things that I've done to it. Not much, actually. I didn't actually do a ton of insane sound design with this one. So this is what I did with it. I just reversed it and cut out the beginning. Stretched it out a little bit. Made this nice, atmospheric descending thing. Added in some bass. Then percussion. This is a wood block and sort of lo-fi snare with a spring reverb on them. This is just the kick that I tend to use for more lo-fi, more chill applications. Along with the hat that I tend to use for, everything. And then finally, on top of this lovely bed of percussion and atmosphere, we put some keys. Sounds like almost a Binding of Isaac sort of vibe. At least that's what the keys make me think of. Either way, I'm calling this sketch Found. It's another one that I think I might return to later. So this sketch started as this. Which already sounds like a ringtone. I added some reverb on top. And then I added more reverb. And then from there, I added in Shaper Box. And then from there, I adjusted the timing a little bit. And this is the final version of what's in the track. Or the sketch, as it were. After I squared this away, added in some percussion. Starting with kick. Then woodblock. It's just got a little bit of spring reverb on it. Then we've got the hats. Had fun with the rhythm there. Then we've got a little bass line. I don't know if this is one I want to return to or not, but I do dig it. Does still sound like a ringtone though, so that's what I'm going to call the sketch. So, let's just go over this sketch real quick, shall we? This one I think is the simplest sketch from today. Which is actually not saying much, because the others have had a lot of goofy sound design. So, this sketch started out with this drum kit. I put together a funky little beat in it. And we got a bass line. And harp on top. And I decided one layer of chips isn't enough. We need some more. So there's layer 2. And layer 3. This one's Starfield. Because the chips feel very twinkly. They feel very twinkly. So, making me think of stars. And that's our final sketch.